Yellow guys. It's me, Peyton, and this is episode 1 of fanfiction. This is called Peyton reads fanfiction. I did not just make that up, I promise. So, we're gonna find a fanfiction of Sally Face, and I found it already. Wait, hold up. Alright, okay, I found one, guys. I found one. Oh, wait. Wrong one. Okay, I found one. So much words. This one is called, I Didn't Mean To by Archives of None. Or no one, alright. Warnings contain spoilers for pretty much existing chapter there is for game Sally Face. 1 out of 4. This fic deals with triggering subjects such as self-harm, suicide, and panic attacks. If you are sensitive to these subjects, do not continue reading this fic. Also contains gay shipping. I love that. Thank you. If it's assortment of ship makes you uncomfortable, click out of this story. This is AU where Henry Fisher and Lisa Johnson never got married. That's so crazy. Alright. I just scrolled all the way down. Hold up. He didn't mean to. He, honest to God, didn't mean to. It was a moment before his brain been completely on autopilot. As soon as he noticed the everyday object sitting there innocently, his clouded brain kicked himself into the back seat and tamed the object with his own blood. He was in such a shock as he continuously watched the red liquid run from his arms and drip to his carpet. Oh gosh. Part of him wanted to vomit. Oh, alright. Another wanted to attempt to patch up the damage he had caused himself or call someone. The other part was too occupied. His thoughts were racing at a mile a minute. At a mile a minute. Am I dying? That's a lot of blood. Did I cut a main artery? Oh God, is the room getting darker? I could get someone. Wait, I will be put into a mental institute. Alright. I know how to read, guys. I know how to read. Don't worry. Maybe I should hide this. Oh God, oh God, oh God. He tried to snap himself out of his trance state, but he found it nearly impossible. He could barely pinpoint the exact reason why he snapped out of now. He snapped out now out of all times. I have a dyslexic dad. Do not make fun of me. My dyslexic dad probably gave me dyslexia. Shut up. I probably do have dyslexia. I am a dyslexic child. Was it just stress from school? He could hardly believe his boyfriend to be a factor in this. No. Wait. What was his boyfriend gonna say? That thought seemed to smoke him clean out of his trance. His hands flew up to tangle themselves in his hair. I just realized this might be a Larry XL fanfic. Because it says tangled his hands into his hair. That's probably Larry. And then it said that Henry Fisher and Lisa Johnson never got married. Alright. What was his boyfriend gonna say? He wouldn't be mean, would he? No, he would have no reason to. He knew his boyfriend had issues like this in the past. So why in heaven's name would his boyfriend be angry with him? Well, maybe he would be scared, angry, running up to him and freaking out over his arms. Tears glazing in his eyes as he yelled at him about how stupid he was for doing this, all while trying to find something that would clot the bleeding. No, that wouldn't happen. His boyfriend wasn't the yelling type. Oh goodness, what was he gonna do? Tears welled up in his eyes as the grip of his hair got harder and harder. His world seemed to be slipping out of underneath him at a faster rate than he could reclaim it. Reclaim it, by the way. Everything felt as if it was falling apart. What was... I need to pay more attention to what I'm doing. Was that why he had done what he did? He wasn't for sure, but one thing was he was scared. Out of all the things he had ever done, this was truly horrifying to him. That's saying a lot considering he witnessed and helped discover murderers and even helped dismantle a baloney industry. Okay. Where each slice of bologna that Chug and Travis ingested was, oh God, made out of once living humans. That was somehow more terrifying than both of those combined. He's been nearly killed and possibly made into bologna, but yet this incident is one that he felt more nauseous over. His knees buckled and he fell to the floor, where sections, oh gosh, of his carpet were stained with precious life liquid that was dripping from his arms. Had this scene not been so messed up, maybe he would have laughed about it. Laughed about how his own blood was red and his carpet was green. Christmas colors. Christmas was a time of joy and giving, not bleeding out of your arm. Larry! Oh wait, that's probably Sal maybe. I don't know. He hadn't lost anyone recently. That's not what he meant. His feelings were just leaving. Happiness, joy, ecstasy, and all just kept leaving. Loneliness, self-doubt, and fear stayed. He wanted to say that he felt numb, like what patients of depression would often say, but he always felt trapped in a prison of fear. Fear! What if something happens to his boyfriend? What if he fails high school and can't get a good job? He fully intends to supporting his boyfriend and perhaps a family one day. But how is he supposed to manage this when he was nothing but a failure? He crawled in onto himself. Alright. head lowered against the floor, knees pressed tightly together against the ground. His hand... Ow! That hurt, I think. I have a pair of scissors, don't worry. I'm gonna lay down since... Yeah! Don't look at my toes, guys. Anyways. And knees pressed tightly together against the ground. His hands tugged and tugged at his hair, but the ever-growing pain in his scalp never did anything to stop the tormenting thoughts and voices that screamed at him inside of his head. Shut up, shut up, shut up! He sobbed in between his tears as he banged his head against the ground. Alright. Alright. Not even the clicking... It is Larry! Oh my gosh! No! Oh god. Not even the clicking sound of his door opening was enough to get his attention. He knew someone just entered the room, but he wasn't sure who. Unless he was reading this all wrong, and perhaps the wind blew it open, or had never been fully shut to begin with. Larry! Why? What did you do? Alright. Nope, someone had definitely opened his door. Larry, what's wrong? What happened? They were kneeling right next to him, hands hovering over his head, not wanting to touch him, in a case that the contact was unwanted, but also yearning to do whatever was humanly possible. Larry wanted to speak, wanted to collapse into the arms or of whoever found him. But his breathing or lack thereof wasn't allowing such an action to be done. You're bleeding! I'll go get something. Before Larry had the chance to protest this person leaving, they were gone in search of whatever they could find that may clot the bleeding. Okay. And this time, Larry had found the strength in himself to sit up on his knees, arms wrapping themselves around his... That was my notifications. Don't worry, my notifications have a farting sound. I'll go get you something. But before Larry had the chance to protest the person leaving... Oh, we already read that. The strength in himself to sit up on his knees. Okay. Arms wrapping themselves around his stomach in attempts to hold its contest tense. Larry was scared that the nausea would be much too overwhelming, and his stomach contents will make a second coming right on his carpet. That's sad. He couldn't tell you the relief he felt when the person re-entered the room. It is a Larry and Sal fanfiction. I'm gonna go grab my charger real quick. Okay, I got my charger, guys. Anyways. Dad, don't come in. I'm reading fanfictions. Alright. Stay right there, child. Stay right there. Or else no Doritos for you. Alright. He couldn't tell okay. Or how relieved he felt when he noticed the familiar blue pigtails of his boyfriend, not seeming to care It is a Sal X Larry fanfiction. Alright, whatever. Not seeming to care about unwanted contact anymore, Sal forced Larry's arms in front of him as he wrapped what seemed to be a roll of white bandages around his arms. Larry, what did you do? Larry, what? Larry, what did you do? As if he really needed to ask that. Sal knew exactly what his boyfriend had done. Oh, that's my cat sneezing, alright. Or how relieved he felt when he noticed the familiar... Oh, wait. Boyfriend has done. But he wanted to be told that he was wrong. Larry shook his head in shame as more tears trailed down his face. I'm sorry. He managed to choke out. I didn't mean to. Sal wasn't really listening to what his boyfriend had to say. He chose to ignore the constant apologies that he kept uttering. He didn't need apologies or an explanation. He just continued to wrap the white bandages around Larry's arms while his boyfriend continuously sobbed. Larry, you're stronger than that, buddy. Oh. Sal had examined the gashes briefly before he started to wrap them. They didn't appear to be deep enough to require stitches, but they looked threatening enough to be susceptible. I don't know how to read. Susceptible. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Correct me in the comments, but don't do it. Don't. I can do it myself. To infection. Successible. To infection. Alright, whatever. Thinking back on it now, Sal wishes he would have gotten some hydrogen peroxide or some rubbing alcohol. That would sting the crap out of his arm, I think. Hell, even a little bit of Neosporin to clean his boyfriend's gashes. Larry never really cried. Neither did Sal, if they were honest. Sal had maybe seen Larry cry a majority of 3 times in their moments of knowing each other. Once Larry realized his father wasn't coming back. Another time, he had broken his ankle. And lastly, when Sal got in a bad infection on his worsening eye socket and the outlook seemed rather bleak. I never knew that was a word. Sal had definitely cried around Larry at least twice from the times he can remember. When Larry had first seen Sal without his mask on, and when Sal venting to Larry about how neglectant his father was becoming of him, especially forgetting his birthday that day. That's sad. Anyways, this was a predicament indeed to Sal. Sal had obviously gone through similar things. I saw a word and I'm not going to read it when it gets to that point. What with his horrid nightmares tormenting him each time he attempted to sleep, his 13 to 16-year-old self had no other idea on how to cope with said nightmares. For Larry to do it was shocking, to say the least. Had Sal done something wrong? Him and Larry had never had bleep. But he would swear that everything they had done up to this point was completely consensual. Okay. Why? Sal whispered. Why? Sal whispered, although he wasn't sure if it was loud enough for Larry to hear him. "Why did you do this?" Larry must have heard because he tensed up even more, placing his hands against his face so Sal couldn't see. Sal wanted to move Larry's hand away from his face, but for the time being, chose not to. What? Oh, he waited and waited for a response for what must have been at least for 5 minutes. Okay. Whispered. But all Larry had to offer him was a pitiful, "I don't know." Sal didn't pry for another answer. All Sal did was crawl into Larry's lap in action that almost always seemed to help. Okay, wait, I was looking for something to see if it was something weird. Larry's mind at ease. Once in his lap, Sal removed Larry's hand from his face and looked up into Larry's teary eyes. "Babe! Oh no!" "They should make a cut. Fries, ketchup, pickle, cheese, put the patty in between, it's burger." What? It's burger. What? Fries, ketchup, pickle, cheese, put the patty in between, it's burger. What? Oh yeah. Alright. There was just some beef in the friend group and I asked someone for more of the details because I wasn't in the moment. So he started out, "Babe," "I need to stop being so awkward with my reading and stop being so anxiety on a freaking app that I'm not even using right now. I'm just using my dang camera app, and then I'm gonna upload this to YouTube in like a day, or a week, or a whole entire year." Larry must wait. If Larry had any, okay, I know it says had, but it's probably meant to say have. If Larry had had any intentions on trying to be strong, this is where the intentions came crashing down. He wrapped his aching arms around Sal's middle and put his face in the younger boy's hair. Sal could feel Larry's tears drenching his head, but he didn't mind too much. Okay. He was going to help Larry through this. He had to. He wasn't going to sit around and watch the one he loved suffer. Sal rubbed Larry's back. "We'll get through this. I promise." Oh, also, I just got my new Sally face poster up, so yeah. Oh. Huh? Alright. He should have an explanation. He should be able to tell Sal why he did this, but he truthfully didn't know why he did. "Sal, I don't know what came over me or why I did this, but I..." Shut up. Sal shushed as he looked into Larry's eyes. Okay. His legs wrapping around Larry's torso. I've watched enough shows to know where this is going to. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. It's okay. We'll fix this. He wanted to add a "just don't do this again," but he knew that wasn't something that could. Dang it! No! I was watching that. Alright. Truthfully be done. "You're not going to tell anyone, are you?" The question took Sal by surprise. It hadn't honestly been in his mind to tell Lisa what her son had done, unless Sal didn't want to think about it the day Larry might try to do more than just harm himself. He'd rather off himself. Oh no, Larry, don't do that. Then Lev to see the day where Larry did it first. I won't tell anyone unless if you're gonna seriously harm yourself. But I don't think it's a bad idea, or maybe get a therapist. Sal knew that offer would more likely not reach Larry's ears, but it was worth a shot. Sal had been going to a therapist for. Oh, great! I just lost where I was. All right. For a therapist while now. He would be lying if he said it didn't give him some assortment or relief. It wasn't his favorite place to go by any means, but he would take his counselor office over a doctor's office any day. Wouldn't that require telling my mom? Sal thought it would perhaps it would, since it would be costly experience and insurance would be needed. In the end, it might be worth it, though. Yeah, but I don't want to tell her. This is the last thing she needs in her life. Larry was quick to interject. We've lost Dad, murders, disappearance. Disappearance worry her. She has bills already. We just found out that one of our teachers was practically cannibalistic. The last thing she needs in her life needs to worry about his other bill, because her good-for-nothing son can't figure out how to handle emotions. Awesome. The last bit of Larry's speech nearly made Sal angry. Oh God, I know where this is going. Larry's gonna blah 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 blah, and then Sal's gonna get angry and blah 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 blah. Okay. Lisa loved her son to bits. Sal knew Larry was Lisa's everything, and Sal was making himself a second-rate source of happiness. Larry was supportive of Larry and everything he did, and oftentimes look past his. Dang it! Oh my gosh! Mistakes. Unlike normal parents who would rub their children's faces into their mistakes until the situation was engraved into their heads forever. Lisa would be angry and disciplined now and then. Now then, leave it alone for a long time. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna finish my stuttering session, and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back, guys. Okay. And leave it alone for a long time. Reprimanding Larry only if he brought it back up. Lisa adored her child. Yes, because her husband died. Larry's been through a lot of stuff. Yeah. Larry shot a bunny with a firework. So yeah. If she could hear how Larry was talking about himself, she would have slugged him. That's a new word in the vocabulary. Alright. Now you listen here, Larry. Your mom and I would never sit and let you talk about yourself in such a manner. Sal began. Anger evident in his eyes. That woman loves you to death. She would gladly die for you. If it meant that you got to live a nice long life, she'd give everything she owned for you. Hell, so would I. Sal raising his voice a bit. He never did that. Sal was generally. All right. Sal Sal was a generally soft-spoken person who hardly ever raised his voice. Good for nothing, my ass, Larry. You don't understand how loved you are. Lisa loves you. I love you. Sal knew he had some tears running down his face. Larry could see them dripping from underneath his mask, to which he almost instantly unclipped Sal's latches to his mask to be able to rub away the tears, but Larry thought against his usual impulses. Sal's breathing grew labored as his hands began to ball into fists. He had been... Wait, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. He had been strong this far. Now that he had heard Larry talk bad about himself... Sorry, I have a rash, a chemical burn. By the cuts that told more of the fucked up story that his head was going through than his mouth. Couldn't stay strong. I need you, he sniffled, hands going to clutch at the ends of his pigtails. Oh, the little... I love you. I need you. Oh my gosh, so cute. So cute. Shut the fuck up. No, I'm joking. I'm sorry. Alright. If I would lose you, I don't know what I would do. Neither boy went through that day dry-eyed. Okay. Sal didn't let any one sharp edge not be covered. Not one knife was stashed away or hidden out of sight. No one... Wait, is that... Okay, that's the rest. Alright. Not one razor blade remained in plain sight. But in a few years, Sal's efforts would prove to have been meaningless. That's the end. I'm gonna leave a review. Hold up. Okay, we're gonna leave a review. Very good writing. I loved the fanfiction. And you should make more. Alright, that's the end. There. Post review. Alright, so that was that. Sal Ash fanfiction. I like Sal Ash. And Salvis. Salvis a good ship. Oof. I'll read a different fan fiction for you guys soon. But yeah. Tell me if you want a new one. Well, you're not gonna tell me, actually. I'm gonna make my own, and you're not gonna worry about a single thing I do. You should actually worry about it. Tell your parents you love them. Or if you don't have parents, I'm very sorry for bringing that up. Tell your siblings you love them. Drink water, eat food. Don't starve yourself. Keep yourself happy. I love you. We will not discriminate you here. I love you guys. And haters, gonna hate. Thank you, Taylor Swift, for that poem. Bye, guys. I love you. You will not be discriminated by me. I love you. Goodbye. And Mom, needs to go feed her children right now because they're starving. So, yeah. We're gonna go feed some cats, and I'll see you guys in the next fan fiction or whatever. Bye-bye.